Today we're going to review multiplication. And we're going to start with equal groups. Remember, equal meaning the same. Spider-Man's going to help us out here. We're going to have 4 groups of 3 for our first problem. So I need 4 groups. Inside each group I need 3. So I'm going to place 3 webs in this case in each group. Remember, we have to have the same number in each group. They need to be equal. After I have them all, I just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So equal groups, we just count them all up. Let's try another one. This time I have 3 equal groups of 6. So again, I need 3 circles, and I'm going to put 6 inside each circle. 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, it's imperative, it's important that you put the same number. They have to be equal inside each circle. If you don't, you will have a problem. And this is something that happens a lot with students. They get in a rush. They want to do it really fast. And what happens? They forget one. So make sure that you are accurate and count to make sure that they are equal. There we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. 3 times 6 equals 18. All right, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to go ahead and figure out 6 times 6.
Push pause so you have enough time to do the work.
Okay, we're back. 6 times 6. We needed 6 groups. Each group had to have 6 inside. So remember, you have to count and make sure that each circle had 6. After we had all 6 of them inside, then you went ahead and you counted them all. And of course, you should have gotten 36. 6 times 6 equals 36.
Product, I would like to know how to multiply and go. Okay, this is how it's done. Draw your circles one by one. Then put the little stars in the jar. You'll get the product when you count up the stars. Thank you, now I know how to multiply and grow with you. Product, I would like to know how to multiply and grow. Okay, this is how it's done. Draw your circles one by one. Then put the little stars in the jar. You'll get the product when you count up the stars. Thank you, now I know how to multiply.
All right, next up we're going to talk about the distributive property. The distributive property is basically spreading things out. You're sharing. So for example, as a teacher, I often have a lot of papers, and it's hard for me to pass them all out by myself. So sometimes I will distribute the papers. I'll put them into smaller piles so it's easier to carry and it's faster to pass the papers out because now 2 people can do it at the same time. In math, when we multiply, we can also distribute. So here I have 6 times 6. We just did this problem. We already know the answer is 36. I'm not worried about the answer right now. I want to just focus on how to figure it out, how to distribute it. I'm going to take my first number, the 6. That's the number I'm going to distribute. I'm going to spread it out into 2 separate numbers. I know that 6 can be made with a 5 and a 1. I like using 5s. Anytime I can use a 5 or a 10, that's what I'll use. 10 is obviously too much to get to 6. But 5 and 1, when I add them together, equals 6. So I've distributed the 6 into 2 numbers. I'm going to multiply by 6. I'm going to keep these 2 the same. So 5 times 6. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5 times 6 is 30. See, that's why it's fun to do it with 5s. 5s are really easy to count by. And 1s are super easy as well. I'm going to keep this times 6. 1 times 6, of course, equals 6. So then, my next step is to, since I broke the 6 apart, I need to put it back together once I'm finished multiplying. So 30 plus 6 equals 36. Now, I could also distribute the 6 into different numbers. I could do 4 and 2, because 4 plus 2 also equals 6. And now my multiplication answers change. 4 times 6 is 24, and 2 times 6 is 12. And then I add them up, and I get the same answer of 36. So here's another way to distribute the 6. And of course, I could distribute it yet another way. I could take it and do a 3 and a 3. Now, if I do a 3 and a 3, I go 3 times 6 equals 18. And again, this one is going to be the same. 3 times 6, 18. Then I have to do the two numbers, my two products that I've gotten. I need to add them together. And I get 36 again. Let's try one more. 9 times 3. I'm going to take my 9, and that's the number I'm going to distribute. Remember I said 5s and 10s are really good numbers to distribute. 9 is less than 10, so I can't do 10. But I can do a 5. And if I do a 5, I'm also going to need one more number. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 more gets me to 9. I'm going to keep these two. I have to multiply times each one. So 5 times 3, 5, 10, 15. Again, I have to keep this. 4 times 3, 4, 8, 12. Then my next step is to take my two products and join them, to add them back together to get the final answer of 27. Okay. I think it's time for you guys to do this. Good luck. Push pause so you have time to work out the problem. Okay, and now we're back for the answer. I'm going to distribute all of mine into 5s. You could have done it another way. Then I add the two products for 56. Let's try another one. Again, push pause until you're ready for the answer. Okay, here's the answer. I'm going to take my 9 and I'm going to distribute it using a 5 and a 4. Then I add my two products and I get 54. Let's try another one. 14 times 8. I'll give you a hint. This time we have a number larger than 10, so I can use 10 as one of my numbers to distribute. Push pause so you have time to work it out. Okay, now we're back and ready for the answer. I'm going to distribute it for a 10 and a 4. Add up my two products. 112. Again, push pause until you're ready for the answer. Okay, here's the answer. And remember, I've showed you multiple ways to do these, meaning you may not have distributed to a 10 and a 3, but you could still get the same answer, and that's okay. I just like to do 10s because counting by 10s is really simple for me.
multiply